great to see everybody here in Philadelphia. And you've already heard a bit about Philadelphia Journalism Collaborative and its origins in the Reentry project in Broken Philly, which was part of Resolve Philly. Well, Resolve Philly was doing some strategic planning. And in the process of that, it realized that it wanted to explore spinning off our collaborative to a new home. That's something that intensified after there were some financial difficulties and some layoffs in 2024. And we ended up finding an amazing partner here at Temple University. And wait, did I go too far? And one of the reasons that that is because Temple University has been part of our collaborative since the beginning. In various ways, there were people who gave networking support, people who gave things like website support. They were involved from the beginning, so it wasn't a stranger, cold call situation. And they also helped create Kensington Voice and Germantown Info Hub, which are two of our very active partner newsrooms in PJC. Also, part of the reason that this has been a good fit is that we're joining the Center for Cooperative Media, which you heard about before with my colleague, Latrell Crittenden. And there were strong personal ties as well as institutional ties between the organizations. This is part of why we connected here, as well as the center's desire to connect the student opportunities with the local newsrooms. And that's something that made, from Temple's point of view, this bringing PJC in, something that they were interested in. But there were things that we expected to be a problem. This is a university with more than 30,000 students. So there's going to be some bureaucracy, and that has indeed been the case. And sometimes we have to call in some people who are very supportive of our mission, who are relatively high, in order to look into why something is stuck, and that helps. But some other things we were worried about didn't materialize, like getting payments through to our members has not been a slow process, as I really worried. And nothing will ruin collaboration than people having to harangue people to get paid. So and I think if you've been involved in that, you know that. Other things that we were looking at is that we knew that there were going to have to be changes as part of this thing. We're going to have to have new legal agreements. Our partner agreements were going to have to be revised with the new convening organization. But again, one of the advantages of that, Temple has a whole legal office that helped us do that. We weren't having to go out and pay for outside lawyers to do that. And then it did take some time for us to learn the university's processes. How has this looked? Well, one of the things, here's some photos from students from Andrea Wenzel's class who've been doing reporting this spring semester in Overbrook in West Philadelphia. This is from meetings that they had at both Overbrook Elementary School as well as Overbrook High School. They were planning on working in Overbrook before the school district of Philadelphia announced that Overbrook Elementary was on the school closures list, and Overbrook High School was going to have a merger with another high school moving into their building. And while that wasn't known in advance, it was a great opportunity that these students ended up being able to do reporting in that neighborhood, and particularly talking with people in the schools and in the neighborhoods, the parents, the staff, et cetera, to get a sense of, well, what in particular, there was lots of coverage of the whole closure process overall, but there wasn't as much on the granular level of well, how's it going to affect this neighborhood? And it was an opportunity for both students to provide information that was useful to folks in the neighborhood, and then learn in the process about, well, what does it take to do that well?
1 minute.
Other hope for benefits, we're hoping, and this is something that we haven't gotten to yet, but we're in year 2 we're looking for. We're hoping there's going to be an opportunity for funding support from organizations that wouldn't fund just straight journalism, but will fund the connection between education and journalism. And one thing that has been true, we have been able to provide space for events for our newsroom partners and other folks. That has been a great thing. And the last thing I'll say, because I'm trying to wrap up in time, is that there have been some unexpected benefits. Things like there's a translation and interpretation office here on campus. Half my colleagues at Temple didn't know this. When I found it, they've been supporting some of our work. Also, my colleague Amanda Stankiewicz built a wonderful new website for us, all in-house. It wasn't something that we had to go outside for. These are some of the benefits that can happen. And my last thing I'll get to is pick the right university, Start early. This thing took an entire year, and we needed every single day of that year in order to make that happen, and you might actually need more than that. Include your membership in your collaborative as much as you can. We had an advisory committee within our collaborative in order to ask questions and guide how we were doing this. And look for resources. There are organizations out there that will support transition of groups like this. They won't give you operating funds, but there are organizations out there that help support you make the transition. And that's a great opportunity that we were able to take advantage of. So thank you.